Hey, fellas.
Fellas, sorry, I was too busy just fucking headbanging.
That's a banger. That's
That is a
certified.
banger. Oh, it's Thursday.
Thursday?
Thursdays always seem to be our best days. I don't know why. I don't know
think
what it
'cause
is
it's
about
just
Thursdays.
'cause
We just like Thursdays. We just
Thursday
like
energy,
Thursdays.
dude. It's
Yeah,
it's
coming
that
into the weekend.
excitement for the weekend. Week's almost done. Thursday energy is a good energy always.
That's
So
very true.
on this June
Uh,
24th, let's keep it going. You know.
I agree. Hang on, let's get the angle so I can shout out my Rock Creek, Montana friends. Shout out Rock
Hey.
Creek, Montana. I love those guys. Great people.
Wow.
Yeah, there is. Hey, yesterday was a bit of a slow day. Better be a beer. Bruce fucking Buttercrisp,
No
where has
shot.
your ass been?
The man
Oh
himself.
my God. The man, the myth, the legend finally shows his face. What has it been? A couple months? This man messaged me on Twitter a couple months ago. He's like, hey, got a new job. I'll be around in a couple weeks. I'll just be a couple weeks. Yeah, a fucking disappearance of Bruce Buttercrisp.
Dang.
Unbelievable,
Put
Bruce.
him on blast.
Out here trying to handle the gambling Twitter myself. Unbelievable. Good to see you, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
But no, yesterday was a
slower
slow day for news, and then today, it sure picked up today.
Yeah, a little bit there, huh?
Uh, a couple weeks times 3. Bruce, we missed you on Gambling Twitter. We need you. We need you back. Whenever you're ready to come back, I'll welcome you with open arms. Yes, Rob Manfred. I hate
Do
that
we go?
guy.
We want to go right
I just want to jump right into Rob Manfred because this guy is ruining baseball and like openly knows he's ruining baseball and is totally okay with it. What was his quote? He loves the state of baseball right now.
It's going very well. It's going very. He said,
Going very well.
"My view is the first 2 days have gone very well. We've had no ejections. Players in general have been cooperative. The inspections have taken place quickly between innings. So that's the thing. He doesn't. No part of it is about the baseball or like the player's health or anything, which is like the two things we're talking about. It's like, yeah, no one's gonna get it. We don't think anyone's doing it anymore. We know nobody's doing it anymore. Yet no one's throwing like a fit. Like that's good for now for the first 2 days. Congrats.
Except that people are throwing fits. You have You have one of the best pitchers in the league that just literally chewed out one of the most common, or like one of the most well-known manager, and then he's calling out one of the most well-known managers slash players in the history of baseball is out there calling out your ace pitchers and shit. Like, Rob Manfred, if you think this is good for baseball, you are.
So not. Manfred's thoughts on the Scherzer situation was less than ideal, but it was only one incident. Over 2 days, though, bro. That's the thing. That's going to lead to 2 incidents.
Yeah, that's 48 hours, and you've already had one instance.
Are we thinking like 3 times a day? Is that the is that when it's too far? Are you kidding me?
As long as it's just a limit to once a day where one of our people lose their fucking minds, it's all good. No, like how could you say that? You've already had Max Scherzer, one of the best pitchers in the league. Sergio Romo looked like he was about to punch an ump in the face, but rather just took it out by stripping down in the middle of an inning. You have Jacob deGrom getting checked 18 times a game because what he's doing has never been done before. So he can barely get through a full inning without someone calling him out for sticky stuff. It's just not good, Rob.
It's not.
We know you hate baseball, but it's not good, Rob.
And Scherzer kind of put him on blast in that interview, right? When you called it like the Manfred rule and all that. And he said it's not the answer. And Manfred said.
And then Rob comes back. I love it.
he said Scherzer's comments were blatantly incorrect, and he said that the MLBPA provided input before the league enacted changes. I like that. Now maybe this could just be the way this is written in particular, but they provided input. That doesn't mean anyone listened to it. Like it just means maybe the input was
Josh
don't
Donaldson
do this, and they're like
provided input.
He'd have provided evidence. Man had exhibit A through Z. That was.
I didn't like Josh Donaldson before this very much because the Twins get him and then he gets hurt for an entire season and then he doesn't play for half the other season and then he's not what we expected and he's overpaid. This motherfucker is on my shit list now. Josh Donaldson, you suck. You come to my team, you barely play, you don't make us any better, and then you change the whole MLB because you have video evidence. You little shithead.
That's what I was saying. Like we were saying, Joe West kind of started it, but the man was trying to not get the dude ejected. That's true. He was trying to help.
Now Josh Donaldson was not trying to help.
Now Josh over here has a USPS first class package full of video evidence that just went to Rob's house, dude.
This man bought himself a 4K camera. He bought himself a 4K camera, hired a cameraman to just zoom in on all the sticky stuff on pictures. And then just got
is he the wrong? Was he recording it? Was he like in the middle of games, like had his phone just like?
What does he go to the back alley and pay the cameraman? Hey,
just zoom in on that.
Give you a couple thousand if you start videotaping their sticky fingers. Josh Johnson, why don't you focus more on hitting a ball, you fuck, rather than how everyone else can't hit a ball. God. Watch your own damn bobber, Josh. dude pisses me off. I wish if he was good, it would be better. But yeah, Rob Manfred hates baseball.
He truly
Moral
does.
of the story. Moral of the story: Rob Manfred hates baseball.
There's nothing. I have no evidence to deny that.
No. What else do we have to talk about? Besides the fact that this is the most insane NBA and NHL semifinals I have ever seen in my life. We have a team that should not be in the playoffs in hockey
Yeah,
that are still in the playoffs.
they're still here. They won't
still
go
here.
away.
And they have an opportunity to eliminate the Vegas Golden Knights tonight at home in Canada.
In 6?
In six.
In 6, not even in 7.
A team that was in the North all year, barely made the playoffs.
They weren't even
barely
allowed
scraped by
into
to get there.
America.
They weren't even allowed into America up until 3 weeks ago. And now they are about to go to the Stanley Cup Finals as probably one of the, I have to say, one of the biggest underdogs to make this deep of a playoff push in a long time. Honestly, LA Kings 8 seed of 2013, 2014. One of those teams. LA Kings came in as the last seed in one of the playoffs and then basically swept every single team to win the Stanley Cup Finals. This is the most impressive thing I've seen since then, as far as underdogs. The fact that they go in, sweep the Jets, almost sweep Toronto. They win 4-2, sweep the Jets. Now they're up 3-2 against Vegas. They might finish that series in 6. The most impressive thing since the LA Kings, and I think it's got to be 2012.
This looks like
LA
2012
Kings.
because they won in 12, and then
They probably won.
I think they also
since
won in
then.
14.
Yeah, but they were supposed to win that. They were.
So that was the
Yeah,
2012 one.
2012 LA Kings team is the closest thing I can resemble to this Canadians team. Just huge underdogs, should not be here, but still are, and still just playing really well. I mean, it's not like they're coming from behind and winning in overtime kind of thing, like the Islanders have kind of been doing in the other series. Canadians have been smashing VGK in the mouth.
It hasn't. It's just been
repeatedly.
convincing wins over and over.
And then on the other side, we have the Lightning, who dominated the New York Islanders last night. Absolutely fucking killed them all game long. Islanders get 2 goals back, force an OT, and then slip one in an OT in order to force a Game 7 in Tampa Bay.
Crazy.
And then if you want to talk about the NBA, you have the Suns, who are barely winning despite Kawhi Leonard, the best player on the Clippers, out. And then if you want to look at the other series, we have the Atlanta Hawks coming from behind.
Chris Paul.
Yes, true. Very true. Very true. And then on the other side,
Suns defense.
The Atlanta Hawks go out, which we called, by the way. We did call the upset yesterday. We called. Wait. Hang on. I totally forgot about a parlay I sent out in VIP yesterday.
With the Hawks money line?
Called the underdog parlay, with the Hawks money line, the Islanders money line, and something else. I called it the 3-team all underdog fuck it plus 1567 parlay. The Mariners didn't win last night. God damn it. I totally forgot I sent that out. I haven't even looked at my account this morning. God, that would have been a nice extra.
That would have been a big hit.
Like basically $300. That would have been nice. Oh, damn. That's so disappointing. I didn't even think about that because I thought the Islanders game was shot early on. Oh, anyways.
But man,
the Hawks do end up winning. We took them +8. That was nice.
It's exactly what I thought, man. It was just like when it comes down to it,
+300 money line too. Come on.
Trey is just gonna score more than everyone else if he's on. That's it. There's not much you can do. And Drew Holiday.
There's no one that's gonna stop him.
Drew Holiday is your best bet at someone that will stop him. Probably your best bet in the NBA, either him or Ben Simmons, right?
But Drew Holiday is not gonna stop him from shooting threes.
Right. You
Ben
can
Simmons can
only.
make him shoot over him. That's what Ben Simmons has going for him. But Drew Holiday can only protect him from driving in. Drew Holiday can't protect the perimeter three.
No, no one
Like
can.
Trey can shoot wherever the fuck he
He'll
wants.
pull up from wherever. So you can
Unless
only
he's
contain him.
6'10" guarding him, he's gonna shoot
Even
right over
then,
the top
dude.
of you. Even then, he was shooting over the top of Ben and everyone else. Just a damn good shooter. But yeah, this has to be one of the craziest semifinals in both leagues
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen crazy NHL playoffs. I've seen crazy NBA playoffs, but to have them both going on at the same time, just like upset after upset, ridiculous shit. No one knows what's going on, unpredictable shit. This has got to be up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even like any recent like underdog in the conference finals from the NBA you can think of, none of them have been as like the Hawks are unexpected, especially when you consider the
No.
regular season when they had
Yeah, they
what
only made
was
a push late on.
yeah, what was their record in like that like
They
even
were
the
basically
All-Star break? Like
I think they were about 500 because then they went on what like a 11-game winning streak or 8-game winning streak or whatever, and brought them
yeah.
up, and then they started playing well after that. They kind of did the same thing as the Knicks, honestly. They just did it much more quietly because everyone was talking about the Knicks and no one was talking about the Hawks.
Well, and I think it was even more condensed of like a win streak. Like
Yeah,
it was all at the very end. It was something else. So
yeah.
to
They
go
just
from
picked
the
it up.
narrative of them in like December to Eastern Conference Finals is insane.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a little bit ridiculous that we're even. Um, yeah, I can't believe they actually won last night. I figured that Milwaukee would at least take game one. I knew it would be close, or I figured it would be close, I should say. Um, just because it's the Hawks and they seem to be playing everyone tight. But the fact that they won last night just goes to say we did say that the Hawks are going to win this. What did we say? 5 or 6? I said 5. I think
Yeah,
it's going to be
I think
5.
5 or 6 still.
I think 5's a little greedy, but hey, you gotta
That's how
you
you
gotta
gotta have
announce
a.
it somewhere.
Someone's gotta have a bold take, you know. You can't just be
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh,
You can't just
they
be like,
will
oh,
most
Hawks
likely.
7.
The games
You
will
losers.
most likely go back and forth occasionally, and you know the better team. No, it's like, bro, Hawks in 4.
Hawks in 4. No, Hawks in 5. I'm still there. They got the one that they needed in Milwaukee.
Yep.
But yes, I just looked at the line tonight for the other game, the other series, Suns Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi's playing tonight.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah, well, the line opened at +6. Oh wait, no, he's not.
Chris Paul's playing
Yeah,
tonight.
Chris Paul's playing tonight. I don't think Kawhi's playing tonight.
No, yeah, I think I just saw that Kawhi is out and Chris Paul is in.
Okay. Well, hey, if you're watching right now, grab the Suns immediately. I'm just saying it at -1, or just take their money line because this is the best their money line is going to be all day. It's just going to keep going up. If you want the Sun, if you think the Suns will win tonight, you take them right now because their money line is -117, and I guarantee you by game time it's -150.
They will. They will win this.
It'll jump.
Kawhi. Yeah,
Kawhi out. Chris Paul's back.
Kawhi is
Good luck.
out tonight. Undetermined status for the rest of the conference finals. Chris Paul cleared NBA health and safety protocols on Wednesday and is probable to play.
Well, fellas, VIP, I would be taking a money line at the moment.
Hey man, I don't know who would be taking the Clips right now.
I should honestly send that out right now, early. I'm going.
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
quick,
on the
well,
never
this line's
before
well,
seen.
it's at.
Never before seen.
Behind the
Well seen.
scenes, this is how the meat's made.
Hang on.
This is how the meatloaf's made. What's the actual saying? Sausage is made or something like that? It's not meatloaf. I know that.
Wait, what are you saying over there? You're trying to trying to
I'm trying
Suns
to coin my own
money line.
sayings, bro.
2-unit play?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean,
1.5?
I feel like
2.
I think they just gotta win it. You know, I think
Yeah.
I don't see them not winning it.
It'll day goes on. 3 in, Kawhi out. Bam. Nice. All right. Got that ready to go. I'm glad I saw that now because I'm sure at the end of the show, it's honestly probably gonna be like -1.5, -2, and -130 for their money line or some dumb shit. Gotta love some early NBA lines.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have to talk about? Oh, briefly. I know we're not big soccer people. Well, I am, but UEFA. Jesus. Huge soccer guy here. UEFA. UEFA.
We-fi.
UEFA, who is in charge of the Champions League and things like that, just changed the rule where it'll now be there's no such thing as golden goal. They will, in all competitions, do 2 overtimes followed by penalty shootout, which is interesting. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. And the fact that they are allowing PKs at the end of all games makes me very happy.
Yeah.
I love me some PKs. PKs are very fun. Yeah, interesting rule change. We'll see if there's any backlash. I'm sure there won't be any backlash in the US, but worldwide there might be a little bit. Because
I mean, what's the general like consensus? Do people like it? Because I feel like it's an exciting thing. Like it's got to be fun.
It literally got announced at the beginning of our show, like 5 minutes
But like
before.
in general, like just like, do people typically like the golden goal, or people like, oh, that's unfair, that's not enough time, like that's not, you know?
Well, see, the problem is Americans take on rule changes and worldwide take on rule changes are 2 different things, right? Because we want entertainment, we want blah blah blah, and a lot of the other countries want tradition and want
we have a lot less
regularity. We just have like a lot less of it because we've never been in the Champions League pretty much. Like none of our teams have ever been in it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna guess that it's taken pretty well. I'm gonna guess that it was the rule change based off what people wanted. However, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some backlash around the league, and you'll probably hear some commentators on soccer channels be like, "Whoa!" You'll probably hear some of the older time guys or the more tradition guys won't like it as much.
Because it feels like it's like what everyone wants the NFL to do with overtime. Like, don't make it sudden death first team. Like,
oh god,
just play out some time.
Are they going to change that rule anytime soon?
I don't know why I really like.
It doesn't make any sense why they don't. Everyone loves the college rule. Everyone loves those rules. They love them. I love college overtime football.
I mean, it
is so exciting.
Anything else, and it'll be better. Every idea I've ever heard for an overtime is better than what they currently do.
Yeah.
There's no both teams have to have the ball. That's like the main thing.
That's the main thing is you have to see both offenses get on the field.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love starting at the 25 and then being like you start at the 25 and you work your way in. Like if you don't score, you might get a field goal, but if your kicker misses, you're probably going to lose the game. I love that. Like that's great. That's high pressure, high everything. You have to convert. I love that rule. And the NFL needs to change theirs because I'm so sick and tired of only seeing one offense go score a touchdown. Because once they get inside the 20, the game's basically over on that first possession. Because they're just going to kill the clock, kick a field goal. The other team probably is not going to get there. Like it's so boring. Yeah, NFL, change your damn rule. It's a stupid overtime rule.
I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page of just for golden goal, and they have it every sport that uses a similar thing. I'm just reading. This is I don't know it, but this is just so. The Aussie rules football. They would up until 2016, they would replay the entire game if it ended in a tie. Up until 2016.
That sport is unbelievable. If anyone has never watched Aussie football, it is literally just murder ball. Just go out there and kill each other.
For the grand final. This happened 3 times in the grand final.
Replays the game?
In 1948, 1977, and 2010. Because of the inconvenience of this, from the 2016 AFL season onwards, Grand final draws are now resolved with 2 5-minute overtime periods. Due to the inconvenience of this.
Due to the inconvenience
of replaying
literally the
entire
whole team not being
championship.
due to the inconvenience that no player was left standing on the field because the game went too long, where everyone was hurt. We had to change the rules.
Could you imagine watching a Super Bowl and then it ends in a tie?
Watching 3 more Super Bowls.
And then they go, all right, run it back.
That one ends in a tie. All right, run it back again. You have like a 2-day Super Bowl.
You get another halftime show. They have to go get like someone out of the audience. They're like, hey, you know how to play the guitar? All right, get down here.
The ads go from Bud Light and Pepsi to like your local grocery store just so they can fill time
Yeah,
space.
because it's probably like you have to gamble on that. It's probably like you can. They're like, hey, for $20, if there is a second entire game, you can get that ad space.
It's so funny. But yeah, I can't even imagine that sport allowing more time because it already looks like demolition derby. And imagine playing like 2 or 3 of those games at once. Oh, there's no way that you have a full team at the end of 3 of those games. Like those guys are just flying at each other and like spearing each other in the face. Aussie football is another breed of human beings.
Insane.
It's another breed of human beings.
Did you know there was a silver goal? In
where
FIFA.
You had to like, where if you scored, the other team had like X amount of time to score?
It was only in the 2002-2003 season. In extra time, the team leading after the first 15-minute half would win, but the game would no longer stop the instant a team scored. So if there was a team with a lead in the first 15 minutes, it ends. But if they were tied, it would go the whole period.
That's basically just overtime rules, but without the second overtime in soccer.
I kind of like that.
I don't mind it. If someone scores in the first 15, yeah.
Then
there's no point in playing the second 15. That's kind of nice. Or like that.
There was only one time that ever happened in a international match, so that's interesting. It's the silver goal.
Let's kick it to a break real quick. Come back in a couple minutes. Talk about the rest of our news. Yeah, I know. We're kind of flying through.
Time flies on a Thursday.
It really does. Kick it to a break. Come back in a couple minutes. Talk about the rest of the news until betting starts at 11. And I am ready for betting. Wait, how many WNBA games are there tonight? I didn't even check.
How many we got?
Oh, we got 3 of them. We got 3 of them. We got Dallas Wings versus Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky versus New York Liberty, Washington Mystics versus LA Sparks. I already know all my leans already. This is beautiful. I'm ready.
Let's get it. Hey, but you gotta wait till 11 though.
I know. Hey. I got myself all excited for no reason.
Honestly, more like 11:45 if you're waiting for that WNBA. We're keeping you in the edgiest seats. You're not getting any of the good stuff until later. For now,
no. Save the best for last.
For now, quick break. We'll be right
See you shortly.
Back. Ayo. Just kidding. That's not the song I'm gonna play. Fellas, we're back.
Fellas.
Back.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that break went a little longer so I could jam out to A-OK, but it's fine. It's fine. We got things to talk about.
I feel like one day we will get caught. The copyright will get us.
It's coming. It's coming. One of these days when we get 1,000 subscribers and we're making a shitload of money off YouTube, they're gonna come after us and like, hey, you can't use that. And we're gonna be like, fine, we're gonna. Yeah, we're kind of screwed when we hit 1,000 because like we gotta stop pulling clips and everything. Damn.
Hey, we haven't got
find a different way.
We haven't had any problems in a minute.
Next time I expect
that game footage seems to be the
Bruce, we're not even halfway done. How do you want a halftime show when we're only done with the first quarter?
The first quarter show.
That was the first quarter show.
We don't have that kind of budget.
Yeah, come on now.
Balling
on a budget over here, Bruce. What do you expect? You wait for the halftime show. 20, 30 minutes, you'll see it. It's a whole thing. I strip down on camera and we have a great time. You just haven't been here. I would like to talk, and this might take a little bit, so if you don't like hockey, get the fuck out. NHL expansion. Bruce, I'm trying to do a damn show here.
Dude, you know what would make the show a lot better?
Doing a cartwheel?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know if I can do a cartwheel. That might be on you.
Bro.
If you're a fan of the NHL, and I know Bruce is, Bud. See, Bruce says Bud, which means I know he's an NHL fan. No one says Bud unless you're a hockey fan. No one says it. I know he's from a little Texas down there, but hey, you sound like a northerner. That's why I've always liked Bruce. Anyways, NHL expansion draft is coming this year. Seattle Kraken will be a brand new team. They will follow the exact same rules that VGK did when they came into the league. If you don't know those rules, because I actually didn't know exactly what those rules were, it's pretty interesting. Yeah. They must choose a minimum of 20 players that are already under contract for the 2021-22 season. Upper limit for the salary cap. And those with an aggregate expansion draft value that is between 60 and 100% of this prior season's upper limit for the salary cap. So they have to fill at least 60 to 100% of the salary cap.
Okay.
Now, who they can and cannot take is very interesting. Current NHL teams can protect 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, which is not a lot, by the way. 3 defensemen is not a lot because you should have top 6 defensemen and then 2 kind of like backup guys that you throw in there every once in a while. So you can't even protect half your defensemen. 7 forwards is basically your first 2 lines and then probably someone, or maybe not your first 2 lines, probably almost your whole first line, almost your whole second line, and then maybe one guy in your third and one guy in your fourth, depending on how you want to do that. And then you get 1 goalie. So if you have 2 goalies, which
most teams do.
No. I'm talking about if you have 2 good goalies, two good starting goalies, you're kind of fucked. So the Vegas Golden Knights, it'll be interesting who they protect because you could see Marc-Andre Fleury on another expansion team. You could see Marc-Andre Fleury on another expansion team very, very easily because they may protect Lehner and then Marc-Andre Fleury will probably get taken. The only other team that I could see that happening to is the Pittsburgh Penguins and maybe the Islanders. Those are the only 2 teams that really have 2 good starting goalies. Anyways, or you can take 8 skaters and 1 goalie under the following conditions. So all players with no movement clauses at the time of the drafts and who decline waive, blah, 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 blah. Basically, no, you can't take someone that's already on the move. All first and second year professionals and all unsigned draft choices will be exempt from selection. So you can't take like a brand new rookie or something like that. So Kirill Kaprizov for the Minnesota Wild is safe. Thank you. In addition, all NHL teams must meet the following minimum requirements regarding players exposed for selection of the draft. One defenseman who is under contract in the 2021 season, played in at least 40 NHL games prior seasons, at least 70 NHL games in the prior 2 seasons. This seems like pretty nitty gritty stuff. But basically, if you're under contract and you're not moving, you don't have like weird movement clauses or anything, you are eligible. And if your team does not protect you, you may be leaving. Um, and this is really interesting because there's a lot of good players that you cannot protect with only 7 forwards.
Well, if I recall, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like in the 2017 one for the Golden Knights, some of the teams didn't even have a full 7 forwards, 3 defensemen to even like that fit all the criteria that they could even protect. You know, like so many teams, like if a lot of your team was first and second year players, already gone, and then so you have to expose. Remember, you have to expose 2 forwards, a defenseman, and a goalie that have played actively over the last 2 years. Like that's that's a lot of games. You know, that's being a player for the team. No injury. So anyone that's had a major injury in the last 2 years and missed like a majority of the season can't be exposed either. So like some of these teams have to put out some good guys because they can't even meet the criteria.
I know, and that's what happened to the Minnesota Wild. We had to decide between a third line guy who was probably the fastest guy on our team and was just like one of those kickstart guys that we really didn't want to get rid of. We had to put up another guy who's still on Vegas Golden Knights, is one of their best players, Tuck. And then I forget who the third guy was that we put up, but we had to save Dumba dumbass, because we were afraid that people were going to take him, which I would have been fine with, but hey, we're here. But yeah, Seattle Kraken coming. Get ready. Must select one player from each. What's up?
Basically teams also don't really have to protect like upcoming restricted or unrestricted free agents. Most of the time unrestricted, because then Seattle are not likely to take them because they can't retain them. Yeah. So you might see teams do that strategically, even if a player is better and they know if they're an upcoming free agent and they know they can re-sign them, they might still not protect them.
Yeah.
With the
remember, Seattle can sign players though. I mean, they get their expansion draft and then they can sign.
Yeah.
So, because remember last year, not last year, the last expansion draft, VGK signed that one guy before the draft came. Yeah. And he was the only active player on Vegas. They did a funny video too where it was just him playing with a puck by himself on the ice. Yeah. And he's
that like in the stadium, right? Just like
yeah, it was just him, only him. And he's like, I can't wait to have teammates. It was pretty funny. He is a good player too. I forget exactly who it was, but it was a good player. But yeah, I'm excited. Because
that would be fun, dude. If you're a free agent and they're like, all right, dude, here's an opportunity. You can be the first ever player on this team.
Well, the thing that happened with VGK the last time is, I mean, they don't get great players in the expansion draft because all the great players get saved unless you have like an old player that you just don't want to save and he's a legend. But what happened the last time is they took all these third and fourth line guys, the Eric Hollows of the world, who played for the Wild, who just skated his ass off constantly, only got 16 minutes a game, skated his ass off constantly, and then all of a sudden got a chance to be on the first line for VGK, and all these third and fourth line guys who just play their ass off and always have got their moment to shine, and they did very, very well. And I think the same thing will happen. I feel like the expansion draft for the NHL is so different than any other team or any other league, because NBA
there's
expansion,
so many active players on a rot, like in the game.
NBA expansion, that team's gonna be dog shit. Like whatever that team is, they're gonna be fucking terrible. NFL expansion, I don't even remember the last time it happened, but that team's gonna be dog shit. Like terrible.
I don't even know how that works though. I'm all right now.
But NHL just has. It's just weird. They have so many good players, so many people that can skate hard, where the VGK expansion going to the Stanley Cup semifinals is not that. I mean, that is insane that they did that. However, it's not that far-fetched a thing. And it'll be fun to see who's on Seattle Kraken.
Yep.
This is going to be a whole new shakedown. And honestly, as a Wild fan, I'm pretty excited for the expansion draft because there's not many people they can take from us. There's going to be teams that hurt a lot more than us. because we're just gonna put up three pretty dog shit players, I'm guessing, and leave her at that.
Wow, the NFL one was pretty bad. Like, or pretty. It's
Who came in 2004?
I see the Texans. That was 02 actually.
Okay.
Um, it's pretty. Each NFL team listed 5 players that Texans could select, and the Texans
God.
were required to claim either 30 players or $27.2 million in contracts, which is 38% of the salary contract at the time. After the Texans selected a player from a team, that team could remove a player from their list of remaining players, which is a weird little thing. If a second player got taken from a team, then they can't get any more players taken from them. But they didn't have to, so the Texans ended up taking 3 Jets and 3 Jaguars, which is like, okay.
Oh, wow.
But then again, one of the only 2 teams that are gonna let you take a third player.
Exactly.
You
I
can't
just feel
put,
like the NHL.
dude, it was bad.
I feel like the NHL just gives like the best opportunity
Yeah.
to have a good team.
Well, and also just the rules are the most like beneficial to the new team
Yeah.
as well. Because then this
They're
is
not-
teams could not put punters or kickers on the list, or like injured reserve, or restricted free agents, or a player, and they can only have one player with more than 10 years in the NFL. So like, that's hardly anyone. Like they could really pick just 5 really bad dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it'll be interesting. I'm excited for another team. And their jerseys. I want to see their color schemes, their alternates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, we got about 10 minutes till bets. What do you want to fill it with? What else do we got to talk about?
Oh, dude, the jerseys
I
are
think there's other
out.
stuff though. Are they?
No, at least
Any
just
good?
like the
Are there-
home and away ones.
They're like green and orange, aren't they?
They're like, yeah, it's kind of like a red or I pulled them up, but they're kind of like a
I know they're
yeah,
interesting.
they're like a few different shades of blue and like tealy blue, and then like a red orange. They're cool though, and I like the logo. Where is this one? Give me Kraken jerseys. I don't know. I'll just do.
You know.
What
else?
There it is. I mean,
Slight break in the action.
they're kind of cool, but
Are they?
like, I don't know. This one, the one with like the anchor thing. I think this might be the actual one. Here, let me try to make it so it does. But yeah, they're cool. I like the blues and stuff. I don't know. I don't. The logo is cool, I guess, like the S/tentacle thing. But something about it makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why. It looks like a little arm, like a little dangly thing. I don't know. Something about it I don't like.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't mind it actually. I think the white ones will look really cool on the ice.
Here's like that looks like it's the actual mock-up of this is like the release, I think, when they actually. So that's cool.
Yeah,
I like the anchors on the shoulders, pretty cool. I like the sleeves. I think they could just be
We'll
maybe
we'll
a
see how
little
they
bit
look
more.
on the ice.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting
Yeah.
on the ice. I have a little bit of news about Tim Tebow
Oh boy.
and why he wasn't invited to tight end university.
I thought he was.
No, apparently he wasn't. George Kittle said he was not invited.
Oh, looks like you just got put
Did
in jail for saying that.
What did I do?
Dude, you can't say that kind of stuff. He was invited.
Oh,
That's the Tim Tebow curse.
He wasn't. Hi.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, Tim Tebow, that was God's listening.
Tim Tebow cut your
Um,
internet off.
Yeah, God's listening. One of the organizers of this week's Tight End University said Tim Tebow did not get an invitation to participate because a higher than expected response that meant there wasn't enough room. There wasn't enough room for Tim Tebow at Tight End University, apparently. They were capped. They said, name one brother, and he couldn't. San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle, who along with the Kansas City Chiefs Travis Kelce and former player Greg Olsen is conducting Tight End University, said on ESPN's First Take on Tuesday that he eventually hopes to open the event to every tight end in the NFL, but couldn't justify inviting Tebow over more experienced players. George Kittle said, if I can't invite every tight end, how do I invite a second or third string guy on a team that's been playing tight end since he was 18 years old in high school? Kittle said, nothing against Tim Tebow. I hope that he has incredible success this year. I hope he has 10 touchdowns. I hope he has a great year, but it's hard for me to invite someone to this that just started playing the position when I can't invite a guy that's been playing it for 8 to 10 years. That's just hard for me. All right, George. George has got some morals.
He also says that is the hotel was full.
Is that what he says?
They booked like out a whole hotel and there just wasn't any more rooms even. I guess that's why there had to be a cap.
We thought we were going to get like 20 to 25 guys max, and the next thing we know, we were at 45 to 50, ran out of hotel rooms, kind of ran out of space in general. Yeah. So, hey, good for George Kittle. He isn't about the show. He isn't about the limelight. He doesn't care. The right people will be there. I don't care if you're getting all the publicity.
Dude, I feel like
not coming to TEU.
Nah,
if you're not
sorry, bro.
a solid TE. You're just not coming. Sorry.
I think
legends only.
I feel like it started as just an excuse for like the boys to go hang out, and then a bunch of people started coming, and they're like, "Oh, dang it! Now we actually have to."
Yeah, everyone's like, "Wait,
practice.
Can I come? Can I come?" I'm sure it was either George Kittle or Travis Kelce. Those kind of like, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Right. But yeah, you can come. You can come. Just don't tell anyone. And then another guy comes up. He's like, hey, can I come? I'm like, all right, yeah, you can come. Don't tell anyone. All of a sudden, they got 45, 50 guys there. And they're like, who the fuck invited you? And Travis is like, oh, George, that might have been me. George. Sorry, George.
I thought, because didn't they say he was invited before?
I thought he was invited. I thought he got invited. I heard that. Apparently not.
And now I can't find any articles from less than a day or more than a day ago because all they're like, why isn't Tim Tebow? I'm on like page 5 of headlines.
He still can't figure.
Saying Tim Tebow snubbed from TEU. Like, that's real. Like, I know we just talked about it, so I guess it's pretty good. But like, dang, do that many people need to report on it? Just like ESPN, Jaguars Wire, CBS Sports, Fox News, Niners Wire, New York Post, Sporting News, Pro Football Talk, 24/7 Sports, 49ers Web Zone. This is just because George Kittle's talking about it, and it's on 2 49ers websites.
Whoops. They're probably, yeah. Whoopsies. Yeah, you actually can't come.
Dang. Poor guy.
I'm reading some of the headlines because we got like 3 minutes to kill, and I just want to talk about NFL. How shared priorities and Christian values bind Colts Carson Wentz with Frank Reich. Interesting. Nice. I don't want to not clicking on that one. Well, Tom Brady.
Hey,
Tom
that was
Brady.
a big thing in 2017, dude. That team was very religious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keeps the locker room together, kind of thing.
Yeah, really, I think it really did.
Okay, that's good to know. Actually, that might be yeah, that's interesting.
Actually, that is interesting. I didn't realize Frank was like a part of that too. Makes sense though.
Yeah. Tom Brady keeps trolling Aaron Rodgers and Bryson DeChambeau ahead of their charity match. I watched a video of Tom Brady sinking like 3 crazy putts in a row on a putting green, and I was like, "Whoa, that was pretty good."
Yeah, of course he can. You know, that's Tampa Tom we're talking about.
I know, right? He can do anything. Speaking of Tampa Bay Buccaneers, wide receiver Antonio Brown's probation in truck driver battery case terminated a year early, so he's clear. Antonio Brown's free and clear. I don't know about I still think he's on the hook for the trainer. I don't think that's been settled yet. I'm not sure.
I feel like that is there.
I think they're. Yeah, he had a couple. The artist or whatever that painted a picture of him. Apparently, one of those got settled. I know he only has like one open case still. and I think it'll also be settled. Speaking of where Antonio Brown's been, Las Vegas Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib, the guy who came out as openly gay yesterday, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Defensive end Carl Nassib has top selling NFL jersey at Fanatics in day since announcement. So in one day, he shot up to the number one jersey seller on Fanatics. Good for him.
Dang, yeah, he gets a cut of that. That's a
He does. Good.
Big brain move.
Supply some of that 100,000 that he donated to the Trevor Project.
Yeah, better
Which,
not.
by the way, I wanted to look at this because Carl Nassib has been a backup for most of his time and probably makes a good amount of money. He's probably done decent. But $100,000, okay, never mind. He makes plenty of money. Never mind. He's on a 3-year contract for $25 million.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah, he's on contract till 2023. He's got $16 million in guarantees. He averages $8.5 million a year. So he's actually a decent player. I expected when I saw him bouncing around from team to team that he was just kind of a backup role player or whatever. But 3-year, $25 million, that is not a role player. I thought his contract was going to be like league minimum, and then he donated $100,000. Like, damn, that was really nice to you. But he has plenty of money.
I'm actually said that's good for him because I only remember him from Hard Knocks on the Browns, and on Hard Knocks he got cut from the Browns. Like he didn't even make the 53-man roster. So good for him on the contract and everything, getting time.
That's a big contract too.
Yeah. Wait, I got something great here though.
All right, let's hear it.
Headline. Madden 22 trailer shows Matthew Stafford getting picked off by the Detroit Lions. So I figure let's just take a look at this trailer.
To him.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's just terrible. I figure we can take a look at the Madden 22 trailer, see what else we got happening in there. Any other
Matthew
good gems?
Stafford.
Here we go.
I wonder if Madden 22 is gonna be as bad as Madden 21 was, because Madden 21 was
bad. It was almost fun how bad it was.
Game. It was actually fun how bad you could make the game just by doing ridiculous stuff.
At this point, I'm like, maybe we make it worse to be more fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
But here's the trailer. Maybe we can get hype. Dang, they really did it to him. Oh, over and over again. Oh, that's just the part.
The video's just starting for me.
They really get him though. It's quite a play. Wait, I want to see the full one. That wasn't the full one. I want to see what else they say. What else they predict's gonna happen.
Why do they have to be so mean to him?
I don't know. It's brutal.
Just the one little clip.
Yeah, I want to see the
poor Matthew Stafford. Why you gotta be so mean to him?
I don't know. He hasn't thrown
any
picks for the Rams yet.
Yeah, come on now.
He's not even. I never really thought of that, but yeah, they're just predicting the future. They're really trying to.
Oh, by the way,
genius.
met a bunch of Rams fans when I was in Montana. There was about 5 or 6 of them. They're all Rams fans.
Yeah.
They're all Chicago Cubs fans and Rams fans. I didn't understand that, but they were talking, and only 1 out of the 6 thought that Matthew Stafford was an upgrade. They were all upset. They all thought that Jared Goff should have gotten another year. They were all very upset. Now, these guys aren't like hardcore fans. They aren't like, they just watch when they can kind of thing. But they were not happy that Jared Goff didn't get another year. And I was like, he got another year 3 times in a row.
I mean,
they kept giving him another year.
I think Goff's gonna be like pretty good. I think like, but yeah. I would say he's like Stafford's an upgrade, and you might say maybe they paid a lot, but he's an upgrade for sure.
Oh, they definitely paid enough for him, but yeah, there's a reason why. It's because he's an upgrade.
Yeah,
I mean they weren't gonna do that unless he's an upgrade. But I thought that was really interesting. Only one of them agreed with me. I was like, you realize that Matthew Stafford is a very good quarterback, right? They're like, yeah, but Jared Goff should have gotten another year. I was like, you gave him 3 extra years when he shit the bed. I don't know. Hey, maybe Jared Goff just shows that they should have held on to him. Maybe he gets reinvigorated at Detroit, going 3-14. Dude, it's so weird adding up game totals now to 17
Yeah, it doesn't make
I can't get
sense.
used to it. I
don't
keep being
it,
like,
'cause you
oh,
can't go
the Vikings are
even.
gonna
You can't
go.
even-
Yeah, I was like, the Vikings will go 8-8 again this season. I'm like, wait, no, we're either going 8-9 or 9-8. I don't know
You
which
can
one
go
it
8,
is.
8-1.
I looked at the Vikings schedule again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same thing it always is. We're gonna start out the season 5-1 because the teams we play are just dog shit, and then we're gonna end the season 9-8. You watch. Vikings will be one of the best teams through the first like 5 to 7 weeks, and then we're gonna end up dead center middle of the pack.
All right. Let's get because
Yeah, let's
honestly,
kick it.
mostly because I think this will be a good clip. Let's give the fellas
Hey, YouTube.
official take on the Madden 22 trailer.
There we go.
All right,
Let's
start
save
the
that
analysis.
for the end.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
start it
yeah.
now?
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
we'll
save
do
it
that
for
at
the
the
end.
end.
You can pull
That'll
up the
be
full clip.
end.
You can pull up the full clip.
I like that. I like that. All right. In that case, kick it to a break. We'll be back in a few to start the betting talk. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? 07? 08?
No. Make them wait. Make them wait.
10? How about
Yeah,
11-11 for
5
good luck?
All right, that's fine.
No,
Call it
that's a
5
little
minutes.
long.
We'll be back.
We'll see.
I'm feeling good today. I'm
I'm
feeling
going to keep you
invigorated.
guessing. Here's the halftime show. You get the special Be Right Back screen. How was the first date?
Good.
Fellas, we're back.
Fellas, I hope everyone's ready. I told
It's
you all to get
time
ready in
to
the chat.
go.
It's time to go. Hey, before we start, Sean Kinney, OG fella, he's been around since long time ago. Just subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate you. Huge supporter of us, always has been. He's been around since I think probably the first 100 followers or so on Twitter.
Wow.
That's an OG right there. Sean, always appreciate you. It is time for the bets tonight. And as always, we're gonna start with a little stick and puck. A little stick and puck.
As per the usual.
And boy, this series is tough. Canadians at home tonight, elimination game for VGK. It is 3-2 going to Montreal. Canadians getting their lowest odds of the series at plus 123. Golden Knights also getting the lowest odds of the series at minus 141. Every other game, Vegas has been around minus 250, minus 200 at best. So finally, the Canadians are getting the respect that they deserve. Not even necessarily from me, because I still don't think that they're that great. That's whatever. However, for the first time in this series, I see the public stacked on the Canadians. And if this series has taught me one thing, it's that who's ever getting stacked on is going to lose the game.
By a lot. I'm not even close.
I'm probably going to get smashed. For that reason, I will take VGK in this elimination game tonight. I think they force a game 7. I have no idea who's going to win that game 7. But seeing VGK at minus 141 and only getting 30% of bets compared to the Canadians 70. Now, I don't see the money, so this could be a little bit off. But I would think VGK can fend off elimination for one more game. Like I said, I have no idea what happens to game 7. Because I think the Canadians can beat them wherever. But give me VGK in this one. Maybe take it in regulation. Get the odds down a little bit. They should come out firing. And like I said, with public stacked on Canadians, I'm okay with that bet. If the public was stacked on VGK tonight, I would have told you Canadians, because this is literally a toss-up series. Yeah, Vegas in regulation, I'm comfortable with that. I know this series has been tough for us, but it's one of my more comfortable reads of this series so far.
Hey man, I'm not even gonna.
I don't even
know. I don't even know.
Let me take the fall for it. It's okay.
Yo, it's just, what even is this, man? What even?
This series is tough. This series is tough. I mean, both series are damn near impossible at the moment. However, let me check under over real quick. Yeah, it's listed at 5. Under 5 is plus 105. I kind of like that over, but not minus 127, and not in an elimination game, because goalies can stand on their head all of a sudden and ruin everything. So that's it for NHL. Just the one game. And then we have one game in NBA. And boy, do I like this line. Already sent to VIP. Already sent. I got off early, or I got that out quickly, early. As soon as CP3 is announced in, Kawhi is announced out. I'm sorry, we're just picking the Suns here. Suns money line. That's all you need to know. Now, I will say that the Clippers have been playing impressively well without Kawhi. Very impressively well. They basically had that game under wraps last time until DeAndre Ayton did DeAndre Ayton things. But with Chris Paul back tonight, and you're only giving a 1-point spread, I don't care if it's in LA, I don't care if it's in Phoenix, I don't care if it's in LeBron's backyard court. The Suns will win this game. Just take the money line at minus 117. Yeah,
I think so.
Stack up on it a couple units if you want. I think the Suns are in a very good spot tonight. I don't think LA
minus 113. That 1 point is 4 low odds.
Yeah. Imagine taking the minus 1 and they only win by 1. That'd be a rough one. Anyways,
push for like 4 cents instead
yeah,
of
right. So Suns money line, I think they're in a good spot tonight. I don't think LA is any different at home or on the road from what I've seen this playoff series. I mean, Dallas took them twice in LA. Dallas took them 3 times in LA? Twice in LA. Anyways, yeah. I don't think it really matters. I just think that Chris Paul is a huge factor in this. And with Kawhi still out, if Kawhi was still here, I would think differently, but no, it's the Suns to lose. That's NBA. What's the under over at?
221 and a half.
kind of like the under last game, and it absolutely smashed the under. But I don't know about this one. Chris Paul's back. Offense is going to be more fluent.
No, they'll be
I feel like
clicking
Clippers.
in Phoenix. Then.
Yeah.
They'll be clicking.
I don't trust the Clippers to score a lot of points. I think I lean under in this one again.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure. I don't really have
Yeah.
a play. And playoffs under overs have just not been good. They
It's
either
tough.
go over by 30 or under by 30. It feels like nothing's been very close. That's NBA. Suns leaning
Easy.
under. NHL. Golden Knights. in
Can't
regulation.
overthink it. Can't
Leaning over.
overthink it.
Can't overthink it.
Gotta take the Suns.
What we can overthink is some baseball bets today, though.
Oh yeah.
And I am excited to overthink a couple. What's our first game at 105?
105.
We got games all not quite all day today.
A little
105, 205, and then we got a break till the end.
Yeah.
The 105 game is the Royals and the Yankees. I believe did the Yankees pull that one out yesterday? I don't even know. I went to bed before that game was over.
What a responsible young lad.
I know, right? Hey, I got a show to run in the mornings. I got to be bright and chipper before. I got to do my research beforehand. It's a whole thing. Let me check. I don't even know who won yesterday.
Yeah, they won 6-5.
Okay, they did. I couldn't remember. Royals won 6-5 or Yankees. Anyways,
won.
today we have Yankees Royals again. Yankees getting -210, Royals getting +175 on the road. Looks like public is stacked on the Yankees again at 78% and 88%. Boy, I don't mean to toot my own horn. However, VIP has been very good at MLB lately. I'm going to say that I might be the greatest at predicting Yankees games.
It's true. You do typically
Unless they go against the Twins, because that is my worst team to cap for is the Twins. I cannot call games about the Twins ever. Never been able to. However, every single time the Yankees get stacked on, I normally find them in position. I was like, they're going to lose this one. Kansas City Royals the other day. Just kick their ass. Called that one. I said yesterday, Yankees probably got it. Now, they probably shouldn't have won that game yesterday, but they did come back and win, so I'll take it. However, tonight's 78%, 88% on the Yankees scares me a little bit. I hate when they get stacked on because people just stack on them because of their name. Both pitchers tonight suck. We got Ty. Oh, God. I'm going to butcher that one. New York pitcher. Tylon?
Yeah,
See,
that's good. I think that's fair.
Jameson Tylon. That's fair. 5.59 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. Not good. On the mound for Kansas City, we have Brad Keller. Not a good pitcher at all as well. 6.34 ERA with a 1.75 WHIP. That is getting up there. Let's see how they do home and away. It looks like Brad Keller a little bit better on the road. However, his last three, he has been getting dominated. 9.39 ERA in his last three with a 1.89 WHIP. Tylon, on the other hand, also not very good in his last three. 7.84 ERA with a 1.74 WHIP. We have the battle of a bad starting pitchers today. Yankees at home where they're 20-18, nothing impressive. Kansas City on the road where they're 15-20. I don't know if I really want to lay anything on this. Game total over under is at 9.
Yeah.
Which means the Yankees are probably getting over 4.5 at like -1.
Would you like to know?
I would like to know.
Also,
both pitchers only going.
We got some breaking news.
Do we? I missed it.
The Indiana Pacers just hired Rick Carlisle to a 4-year, $29 million deal.
Is that cheap?
That seems cheap. Maybe I'm
seems cheap.
Maybe I only know like NFL coaching contracts.
Yeah, maybe I'm just thinking of Jay Gruden's 10-year, $100 million or whatever,
Yeah.
$200 million, whatever the fuck that was. Ridiculous
So,
contract.
10-year, $100 million. It was a lot. It was a lot.
All right,
Yankees.
Good for Indiana.
4.5.
Good for Indiana Pacers.
-136. But yeah, I think it's a good
That's not
hire.
worth it.
It's a good hire.
Okay. I lean that over 4.5 for the Yankees. I think they probably dominate Keller and then get into the Kansas City bullpen, which is actually better than you may think. They're actually not even a bottom 10 bullpen. However, Yankees bullpen much better than Kansas City's bullpen. Yeah, I don't really have a play for that one with the Yankees getting stacked on. However, I would take their team total over. -134 is not something I like laying. I hate big odds like that, especially on team total overs. But if you're looking to put a bet down on that game, on the early game, I would be taking Yankees team total over. Maybe I'll throw it out as a free play just to fuck around with it. Maybe. Also,
So fun.
speaking of free plays, yesterday Nationals first 5 was the most emotional roller coaster I've ever been through. 5-0, and then they tied up 5-5, only for the Phillies to hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, only for that game to end up 13-12 Nationals. That game was incredible, by the way. I watched it. Anyways, Athletics Rangers.
Here we
I hate
go
this
again.
I hate this damn series. I put 2 units on Oakland and VIP yesterday, and they lose 3-5, yet having the lead going in the 8th inning. I was pissed off. Athletics on the road, once again, getting -148. Texas Rangers at home getting +125. Looks like public is stacking on the Athletics at 79% tickets, 93% money. Let's see who's starting pitching today. Oh, Chris Bassett and Colby Allard. Allard is 2.93 ERA with a 1.08 whip. Bassett is a 3.4 ERA with a 1.06 whip. Both pretty solid pitchers here. Anytime you can get down to almost a flat 1 whip, you're doing pretty well. Let's see what their home and away splits are. It looks like Bassett has played pretty well in his last 3. Plays basically the same on the road that he does at home. His whip is actually almost better on the road. Colby Allard is same thing, pretty good in his last 3. Very good pitcher at home, very good pitcher on the road. His whip at home is almost a .79. That's pretty incredible.
Jeez.
I don't think I have a play here. Probably the under. Both bullpens, middle of the pack, pretty good starting pitchers here. I'm gonna guess. I think it was 5-3 yesterday, so that was 8 runs yesterday, and the over under is at 8 right now. Give me either Texas Rangers team total under or game total under. I'm guessing that 4.5. 4.5 is probably pretty juiced for under.
Let's see.
I do like that though. And normally I'm not a big fan of unders.
So the Rangers is 3.5, A's is 4.5. The unders are both like -115.
That's not bad. Not a bad pick. I don't think the bats will be working for the Rangers that well today with good pitchers, but I have not been able to read the series very well at all. So that's 2:05. Next game's not until 7:07. I got that one.
Yep.
There's no 7:05s. Yeah, 7:07.
Oh, yeah.
We have Blue Jays, Orioles. Orioles on the road getting +170. Blue Jays at home getting -200. Looks like Blue Jays are getting stacked on with 91% of tickets and 88% of money. Who are our starting pitchers? Dean Kramer and Anthony Kay. Anthony Kay on the mound for Blue Jays getting it. Whoa. Anthony Kay has a 6.43 ERA with a 1.52 whip. Kramer is basically identical with a 6.2 ERA and a 1.48 whip. So both starting pitchers struggle a lot. Looks like Kramer will probably go for 4 innings. Kay will probably only go for 3. Let's see how we're doing here. Last 3, Kramer on the road. He's basically the same. In his last 3 is basically the same away on the road. Anthony Kay, on the other hand, is a very good pitcher at home. He's been pretty well in his last 3. His whip has gone down significantly in his last 3. I don't see the over under is 10.5. I don't have a play for this one. Stay away game. Blue Jays getting stacked on too much. Honestly, if you want to sprinkle on the Orioles to win this game, I wouldn't blame you. Considering the Blue Jays starting pitcher is pretty dog shit. They do have a much better bullpen than Baltimore does. However, anything can happen. And at +170, that's not too bad. I will say, however, Baltimore on the road is a bad team. Bad team. Is that streak still going?
Baltimore first 3 at +138.
That's interesting.
And if you're worried about the bullpen, it's still
that's true.
+150. They're both
that's probably the way to do it. If you're going to bet the Orioles, take them first 3 or first 5. Because once they get into the bullpen, they might struggle a little bit. That's 7:07. We have a bunch of games at 7:10. Let's start with Braves Reds.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Braves Reds. Reds at home getting -113. Braves on the road getting -103. Looks like tickets are split exactly 50-50. However, Reds getting a little bit more money at 67%. Starting pitchers today are, we do not know the pitcher for the Atlanta Braves yet. Tony Santillan, sorry, is pitching for the Reds. He's a 4.7 ERA with a 1.83 WHIP. ERA is not bad, but that WHIP is sure damn high. Holy hell. He's only going to go for 4 today. I mean, I can't really read this without knowing who the other starting pitcher is.
That does make it hard.
Yeah. I'm just looking at their head. They haven't played each other this season. 16-16 at home are the Reds. 20-20 on the road are the Reds. Atlanta's 20-20 at home and 15-18 on the road. So basically the same thing. I don't even know who the other starting pitcher is, so I can't have a read on that one. For now, that's a stay away game. I'll let VIP know if I find anything on that, but without knowing the other starting pitcher. However, when those team totals come out, or the game total comes out, I would hammer the over on this. I don't care who's pitching for Atlanta. Cincinnati has the single worst bullpen in the entire league. Atlanta has the 5th worst bullpen.
It's at 10 on DraftKings.
Is it 10? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have it here. I would take the over on that. Absolutely take the over. Both teams offensively rank in the top 10. Atlanta ranks number 9. Cincinnati ranks number 8. Both teams rank in the bottom 10 for defenses. Cincinnati ranks 25 and Atlanta ranks 20th. And both teams have a bottom 5 bullpen, with Cincinnati being the worst and Atlanta being the 5th worst. So this game will go over. You can take team totals overs, because I will take probably the Braves as well, because I'm sure they will score plenty. I would probably take the Reds as well, because they'll score plenty. Just give me the over on this one. Make sure that it's not getting stacked on. Hang on. Over 10. I don't see any lines out for it. Take over 10 at -110. I have no idea what the public's going to be stacked on in that, so I'm sorry if we were just riding with the public, but that seems a little bit too easy. That game should explode, I would think. Both teams that just have no pitching at all. Give me the over in that, even though it's 10. What else we got? Another 7-10 game. We got Red Sox Rays, game 3 of the series, I believe. I think Boston Red Sox won the first one in 11 innings, 8-5, and then the Rays smashed them yesterday. I don't know what the final score was. I saw 5-1. Tampa Bay at home getting -120. Boston Red Sox on the road getting +102. Wow, Red Sox getting stacked on today. 56% of tickets, 89% of money. Remember, this is what happened to them yesterday too. I ended up shitting the bed. I like betting on the Rays, even though they've had a little bit of a rough stretch here the past, 9 games? I think they lost like 7 in a row. Lost 7 in a row, and they dropped 4 in a row to the Mariners, which is kind of crazy. Starting pitchers today, we have Wacha for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's 1-2 with a 5.2 ERA, a 1.38 WHIP. Pivetta for Boston looks like he's basically the exact same. He's pitched in many more games this season. However, still a 4.36 ERA with a 1.35 WHIP. So WHIPs are basically identical. ERAs are within 1 of each other. It does look like Wacha will only go for 3 or 4 innings, while Pivetta could go for 5 or 6. So that's something to look out for. However, both bullpens are very, very, very good. I believe Tampa Bay has a top 3 bullpen. Let's check their heads. The heads real quick. Played each other 5 times this season. Boston have stolen 4 out of the 5. However, Boston has only won 1 on the road. So that's kind of interesting. See how starting pitchers do home. Yeah, Pivetta last 3 has struggled quite a bit, but so has Wacha. Both have struggled in the last 3. This is a tough one, actually. This is a tough read. I think I'm just gonna say I lean Rays, just because I think Rays are a better team, better bullpen. But Boston Red Sox are a very good team. They're both very, very good teams. 20-15 at home are at Tampa Bay. 24-13 on the road is Boston. They seem to have their number this series. However, I just kind of stick by the Rays whenever they play because they've won me a lot of money this season, and I kind of like them. So that's 7-10. We have another 7. We have 2 more 7-10 games. Nationals, Marlins. Marlins at home getting -104. Nationals on the road getting -110. I'm guessing Scherzer's not pitching, otherwise that line would have been a lot more juiced. 74% of tickets on the Nationals, 72% of money. So a little bit stacked on, but pretty consistent all the way through. What am I missing here? Ooh, hey, Cover's got a free pick on this one.
Oh boy.
By the way, Joe Ross is pitching for the Nationals. Cody Poteet is pitching for the Miami Marlins. Free pick over 8.5. All right, let's see. Poteet has, I'm pretty sure I'm saying the name wrong. 3.9 ERA with a 1.12 whip. Ross is a 4.54 ERA with a 1.25 whip. So give the nod a little bit to Poteet, especially at home. But pitchers are pretty similar. It looks like Miami or Poteet will be pitching for either 4 or 5 innings, while Ross could be pitching for 5 or 6. Let's hop into how they're doing in the last 3. Okay, so Poteet has played 1 game at home, and he done smashed them. 0 earned runs, 0.43 whip, 4 hits. Very good at home. Well, in the 1 game he's played. However, his last 3, he has an 8.44 ERA.
Jeez.
He's given up over 3 home runs a game with a 1.78 whip, and he has put 8.5 people on base through walks. Wow.
That man must not be getting his sticky stuff no more.
That's all I'm saying. So So if seeing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games he's pitched in. He started out very hot. 4 hits, 0 hits, 3 hits, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 0, 0, 0. And then in the last 3, he's gotten 5, 3, 2 with 4, 2, 3 hits, 1, 1, 2 home runs, and 2, 4, 4 walks. So he has not been playing as well as of recently. I tried taking Nationals first 5 yesterday, and it didn't work. And I kind of want to do it again today, but I feel like it's not going to work again. Washington has won all 3 meetings between these 2 teams. However, we're home all 3 times. This is a tough one. This is a stay away game, I think. I'm leaning Nationals first 3 or first 5. I think that Poteet gets absolutely destroyed. However, Ross is not that great of a pitcher himself. So that's why I'm kind of nervous about it. However, he has been good in his last 3. I would say, yeah, we might just run it back with Washington Nationals first 3 or first 5. Definitely will not be a VIP play. Will probably not be a free play because I don't want to make myself look like an ass twice in a row, losing a first 5 for the Nationals. But scared money don't make money. So Washington Nationals first 3 or first 5. That's my play on that one. Actually, that over 8.5 that Covers gave, I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad of a bet. Just saying, not gonna lie. Might have to side with them on that one, which I don't like doing, but hey, as long as it's not spread knowledge, I'm okay with it.
There we go.
Astros Tigers, the last 7-10 game. Astros on the road getting -215. Tigers at home getting +175. Tigers have been playing very well recently. They have been beating teams left and right. Astros getting 91% of tickets, 95% of money. Astros just came off getting stacked on against the Orioles, and they just smashed them 3 times in a row. It looks like Jose Urena is pitching for Detroit. Luis Garcia is pitching for Houston. Let's take a deeper dive into it. Garcia is a 2.82 ERA, 1.07 whip. That is the Houston Astros starting pitcher. Both pitchers probably go for 5 innings. Urena is 5.79 ERA with a 1.6 whip. Definitely not as good. Houston is a better team at home than they are on the road. Detroit is a better team at home than they are on the road. Let me see the pitchers here. Luis Garcia struggles a little bit on the road, but last 3 has been pretty calm. Urena struggles at home and has a 14 ERA in his last 3 starts. with a 2.36 whip, averaging 3 home runs. Yikes. Struggling, to say the least. Now, I want to see how Jose was doing before he started struggling. Yeah, Jose Arena has let up 7 runs his last 2 games. He let up 3 home runs his last start. In 4 innings, he let up 3 home runs. So, I'm going to guess that the Astros legend this guy to death. What is the Houston Astros team total over? Sean, please.
Let us see.
I think Houston Astros win this game, by the way. Just to put that out there. Head to head. Wow. Detroit has won all 3 games against Houston this year. All on the road.
Wow.
All on the road.
Jeez.
So, hey.
It's
Houston Astros are on
for the Astros at -127.
Oh, no, thank you. I honestly think they might hit it, but no, thank you.
That's a tough one. That's a tall order.
Yeah, that's a tall order to be putting money down on. Houston Astros have won their past. Hang on, 10 at least. Where's their past result? Give me. Oh, don't. Oh, there it is. They have won their past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Won their last 11. So the Houston Astros heating up right now, but they are on the road. I will say that. Detroit Tigers, on the other hand, have won 6 of their past 10 for, I think, probably the first time all season. Now 3 of those wins in a row came from Kansas City Royals, which is not that impressive. 1 came against Angels and 2 came against St. Louis Cardinals. So holster the old gun on Detroit. They're playing well, but this is the Houston Astros. I think the Houston Astros win.
Yeah.
That 95% really does make me nervous, though. I would say you put Houston Astros -1.5 in a parlay with something else. That is my play. So you get the juice down, put something else that, oh my God, -2.5 is yikes. -1.5 is only -143.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, I don't know about this one. The only thing I would say is put Astros money line in a parlay with something else that's like -160 to -200. Try and get a plus odds 2-team parlay with something else that's probably getting stacked on. I did that yesterday. We made that parlay with I called it the dirty parlay, with Tampa Bay Rays getting stacked on and New York Yankees getting stacked on. Call it the dirty parlay. It ended up hitting. It was nice, little plus money parlay. But yeah, that's what I'd be doing at Astros tonight. That's an interesting one. I really like the Astros here. I think they're going to smash the Tigers. However, -225, and then they're still getting 90+% on tickets and money. That's a tough line to lay. A little scary. I will say though that the public has not meant as much in baseball as it did earlier in the season. It's definitely cooled down a little bit. Public does pretty well occasionally. Next games are at 8:10. 1 game at 8:10, 1 game at 8:15. 8:10, we've got Indians and Twins. Twins getting -180 at home. Indians getting +148 on the road. Twins also getting stacked on at 66% tickets and 87% money. This doesn't seem right. I don't know who's pitching, but it doesn't seem right, Sean. I don't agree with it.
Seem right.
Mayha's, yeah. Oh no. Spread knowledge is on the Cleveland Indians. Would you like to hear their spread knowledge?
Yeah, drop some of that spread knowledge on me. Drop some of that spread knowledge all over the ground, bro.
Here we go. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Cleveland Indians are 28-13-3, over under line similar than current total 2.55 since April 25th, 2021, with a profit of 13 units. Thank you. Spread knowledge, whatever the fuck that means. Cleveland Indians are 19-5-2 after point spread loss since April 30th, 2021, with a profit of 13 units.
That's actually kind of I at least understood what that meant.
So after they lose the actual spread of the game, they're 19-5-2 the game after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Since April 30th.
which at least
One more.
Not the worst one they've done.
Not the worst one. Cleveland Indians are 28-1 after loss since April 4th, 2021, with a profit of 12 units. See, that one's nice. Thank you. Just make it simple. After loss since 2021. Now, we do not bet based off this. I just like to see what they say to see how crazy they can get. Wow. Okay. Barrios, 3.56 ERA with a 1.09 whip. He's on the mound for Minnesota today. Meja. I don't know. He has a 6.11 ERA, but his whip is only a 1.25. So check that ERA. That's not a true ERA at all. It seems like that's a little juiced up for some reason. It's not actually his fault because his whip is only 1.25. So there's something in there. Both sides kind of tell a little bit of a different story. I like looking at whip a little bit more than I like looking at ERA just because it tells a bit more of the story. However, Meja in his last 3 has an 11 ERA. On the road this season, he has a 9.3 ERA. In his last 3, he has a 1.76 whip. On the road, he has a 1.55 whip. He's not any good. He's struggling. He is struggling. Like Jose Barrios, on the other hand, is last 3 has been struggling a little bit more than what his average is, but not near as what Meja is doing. What I do want to see, because I'm sure Meja's pitched against Minnesota before. Oh, yes, he has. He only pitched 2 innings. How many innings is he going to go for? He only pitched 2 innings, 2 shutout innings. He had 5 strikeouts, only 1 hit, pitched 40 pitches. That's the only time he's played Minnesota, and then they went on to lose 10-0 to Minnesota. So he played very well the last time he pitched against Minnesota. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. He basically struck out every batter he went against, except for the one that got a hit on him, and then they took his ass out of there. Now, in the other games, he has not been as good, especially not in his last 3. Holy shit, he has struggled. I will not be laying a line on the Minnesota Twins, especially when the public is on them. That is just a suicide bet, as I call it, because they will not win if I bet on them. They've played each other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times this season. They have split 3-3. Cleveland has won all 3 at home. Minnesota has won all 3. Oh, sorry. I got that wrong. Cleveland has played every game at home. They've won 3 of them, lost 3 of them. And now we've got Minnesota at home. My brain tells me to lean the Twins, but my heart is smarter than that and knows that the Twins will find a way to choke this if I bet on it. So I'm leaning Indians, especially when the public stacked on the Twins, especially when Jose Barrios has had some question marks this season. A couple of them. How did he do the last time they played Cleveland? Yeah, see, he didn't do very well the last time they played Cleveland. Not very well at all. He seems to let up a couple runs every game, nothing too bad, but he does find himself in trouble every once in a while. So not a bad bet for Cleveland Indians today, especially interdivision and everything like that. Probably not going to lay it, but I might put them in a long shot parlay because they are one of my more favorite underdogs of the day. That's 8-10. 8-15, Pirates Cardinals. Cardinals at home getting getting minus 162. Pirates on the road getting plus 138. Cardinals getting stacked on 77% of tickets, 90% of money. Chad Kuhl is on the mound. I love fading Chad Kuhl. However, Martinez is on the mound for St. Louis, and he's also very bad. Martinez on the mound for St. Louis, 6.62 ERA, 1.37 whip. Chad Kuhl has about a 1 point better ERA at 5.66. However, his whip is not as good with a 1.5. Looks like Chad will probably go 4 to 5 innings. Martinez will go 5 to 6, depending on if they are pitching okay. I'm looking at Chad Kuhl. Chad Kuhl does struggle on the road, more at home. He's been okay in his last 3. Doesn't let up a lot of home runs, but on the road, his whip is not good at all. He definitely puts more people on base, walks a lot more people, walks almost double the amount of people. Martinez, on the other hand, decent at home. However, in his last 3, he has struggled almost a 10 ERA and a 1.86 whip. What is the under-over for this game? It is at 9. Now, both bullpens are not as bad as you'd think for these two teams. St. Louis doesn't even crack the bottom 10. They're close to it, but they're not in the bottom 10 for bullpens. And Pittsburgh, believe it or not, is pretty much dead center middle of the pack for their bullpen. if I had to pick one, I would. Can you check what St. Louis's team total over is? Their offense is not great, but Pittsburgh's pitching is not good. And Chad Kuhl, God, he lets up a lot of
It
runs.
is over 4.5 at -129.
And what's Pittsburgh's?
Over 3.5 at -127.
Over 3.5 for Pittsburgh's at 127.
Yep.
I actually might like that. I don't like betting on Pittsburgh, but let's see. They've played each other 4 times this season. Pittsburgh scored 5 times. Pittsburgh scored 3-5-0-5-8. So they've hit the over 3.5 3 times. Martinez is not a good pitcher. Yeah, Pittsburgh Pirates team total over. I don't think I'm gonna lay money on it, but I do like that line.
Yeah, not bad.
I like that. -127, you said?
Nope.
For 3.5? Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that a lot. One more game tonight, right? Just one more. Cubs Dodgers.
That's it.
Cubs on the road getting +215. Cubs should never be getting +215. Dodgers at home getting -265. 77% on Dodgers, 91% of money on Dodgers. Stacked on. Absolutely stacked on. Zach Davies is on the mound for the Cubs. Walker Buehler is on the mound for the Dodgers. Buehler is 7-0. That's impressive. 2.38 ERA with a 0.9 WHIP. Damn. Man's got some heat. Zach Davies, on the other hand, is a 4.66 ERA with a 1.5 WHIP. He's kind of middle of the pack. Not terrible, not good. Davies in his last 3 has actually pitched very well, though, having under a 4 ERA and having an under 1 WHIP. He does struggle on the road a little bit, though. He's definitely a better pitcher. Walker Buehler, on the other hand, is about the same pitcher at home that he is everywhere else. However, his last 3, he has under a 1 ERA and under a 0.75 WHIP. So Walker Buehler is playing out of his damn mind. Cubs on the road are only 15-20, despite being 26-13 at home. So they are definitely a home team. Dodgers definitely a home team, 23-12, despite being 21-18 on the road. Give me the under in this game at 8.5. Even though the Cubs starting pitcher, he's not terrible. Both pitchers, Davies looks like he's going for 5. Buehler will probably go for 6. Both bullpens very good. Chicago Cubs now have taken the number 1 bullpen ERA away from the San Diego Padres after their bullpen kind of got exposed a couple times past week. The Dodgers have a top 10 bullpen. Not as good. I think they're about actually exactly 10th. I like the team. I like the game total under on this one, 8.5. Give me the under. It should be I'm guessing like a 4-2 game kind of thing. I don't even know who will win. I'm guessing the Dodgers win. However, Chicago Cubs bullpen, you're not going to score many runs on them. I don't care if you're the Dodgers or not. You're not going to score many on them. Cubs offense does struggle a little bit. Yeah, give me the game total over. 8.5 seems a little bit high on this one.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Or game total under, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to take a team on that one, though. I think the Cubs could take that from them. I'd sprinkle a little bit on the Cubs today at +215. That's not bad. I'll take that.
Yeah. Might as well sprinkle on there. That's good.
Oh, that only leaves one more sport. And I like the lines today.
What W NBA?
The NBA. First game of the night for the WNBA. Now, should I tweet out that WNBA is starting for the fellas so they can get in here? Get a couple reads. I think I should. I think that'd be nice of me. Or I just leave it for the people who are already in here.
Wings. Mystic Sparks. Oh.
Yeah, they're good. They're good lines tonight. I like it.
Fever getting +9. They need more than that.
Okay. There we go. I'll let the fellas know that we're gonna talk about the WNBA for a couple minutes here. Dallas Wings, Indiana Fever at 7 o'clock tonight. Boy, do I like the fact that this is not a double-digit spread. Dallas Wings 6-8, but 9-5 against the spread. Indiana Fever 1-14, but 5-10 against the spread because most of their spreads are like plus 14ish.
Like 80,000.
Yeah. I don't like that covers.com is stacked on the Wings because that's what I'm also leaning. However, let's look at Indiana Fever. Jantel Lavender is questionable tonight. She's a good player. 14 games. She averages about 20 minutes a game. A little bit more of a role player, but could make a difference. Wilson, let's see. Leah Wilson hasn't played. I'm just quickly checking the injuries here. And Hatar is questionable. She's 6'10". Bernadette Hatar. 6'10". Damn.
That's tall.
Yet in her last game had 13 minutes, only 3 boards. So she might not be very athletic, but god damn is she tall. Yeah, I'm just take the Dallas Wings here. If you don't know who the Dallas Wings are, they lost their first, no, not the first game. They lost the Connecticut Sun the last game. Kind of a weird fluke deal, I think. However, they beat the Lynx by 18 the game before. They did lose the Lynx before that. But before that, they had not lost a game by more than 7 points all season. They've been beating teams that they probably shouldn't, like the Seattle Storm. They've been beating teams like that they shouldn't, or coming closer to teams that they shouldn't, like the Las Vegas Aces. They only lost by 7. However, in their last 3, they have lost 2 games by 10 points or more. So maybe a little bit of struggle or just a rough patch for them. But it's the Indiana Fever. Like, come on. It's the Indiana Fever here.
The Fever.
The Fever. Let's check out their last games.
They've been doing better.
You know what? They have not been playing that. I did wreck on the Fever, but they have been playing better. In their last
2 games.
No, they have covered the spread in their last 4. And this isn't just because they're monster spreads. They only lost the Washington Mystics by 5.
Mm-hmm.
They only lost the Seattle Storm by 10.
Mm-hmm.
But then before that, they lost by 17. That was a back-to-back, so you kind of expect that sometimes.
All right.
They lost to Chi-Town City by 16, but then the next game only lost by 4. So they're a lot better on their back-to-back games. This is not a back-to-back game. Still think the Wings are taking this. What's the line at officially?
-9.
The line, is it -9?
9, yeah.
Okay. I see 25% of tickets on Wings, 75% on Fever, which makes me like the Wings even more. So still a little bit of research to do, but I'm leaning Wings -9. Hey, I hit a team total over yesterday in the WNBA. I was pretty happy about it. I see that this one is listed at 163. I'd be taking the over on it. That's a 162.5. Sorry. I actually really like that over. Second game at 7 o'clock tonight. We have the Chi-Town Sky going into New York, taking on the Liberty. Liberty are getting +7.5 at home. Chi-Town getting -7.5 on the road. These teams just played each other, and Chi-Town wrecked them. Chi-Town is 8-7, 7-8 against the spread. New York Liberty is 7-7, 7-7 against the spread. However, Candace Parker has been a difference maker for Chicago Sky recently. They've been dominating ever since she came back, basically. I think she was back for the first Indiana Fever game, and they only won by 4. But then after that, they beat the Lynx by 16. They beat the Connecticut Sun by 6. They then back-to-back beat the Connecticut Sun by 10. And then they just wiped the floor with the Liberty by 20. Now, this is a back-to-back game, so it's a little bit different. From what I've seen in the WNBA, the second game is normally closer than the first one. However, that was a 20-point win. So, they've played each other twice this season. New York got the first one by 8, and then Chi-Town obviously got the second one by 20. The away team has won both. Chi-Town on the road for this one. Injuries look like they're not really going to be the only injury the Sky have is one of their players is playing in Bosnia right now in the Euro League, so she will not be here, but she hasn't been here for a while. Howard and Willoughby still out for New York Liberty. Sabrina Ionscu is completely healthy.
Nice.
She's not as big of a difference maker as she was in the beginning of the season. She gets some boards. She gets what she needs to have, but it's definitely not what we saw at the beginning. And I'm pretty sure she is now coming off the bench. It's very good, like 6-man of the year, 6-woman of the year kind of thing. But I think she's gotten more of a lower role. Just she's not the greatest shooter. She's good at boards. She can facilitate the ball, but she's much better 6-man, 6-woman than a starter, I believe. As of right now, I'm sure she'll step it up. Candace Parker, on the other hand, has been incredible since her return from injury. I believe she is averaging. So in her last 5 games coming off injury, she has gone 20, 14, and 4, 12, 7, and 7, 15, 8, and 3. And then she had an off game against Connecticut, but that they still won. She went 3, 6, and 3. And then the last game against New York Liberty, 23, 12, and 6. Whew.
Jeez.
Candace Parker is a monster right now. I keep trying to hop on the Liberty bandwagon, and it is not working. I really stay away from Chicago Sky. I might stay away from this game in general, just because, my heart says take the Liberty, but my brain says take Chicago Sky. And most times when they're on separate pages, it doesn't end up the best. However, I will be leaning Chicago Sky minus 7.5 at the moment, which is a big line, but I think they can pull it off. The last WNBA game tonight is not until 10:30, late tip off tonight. I might actually be able to watch that one. No, I land in Wichita at like 11:30 tonight. Mystics getting -4 on the road. Sparks getting +4 at home. We expected this line to be a little bit more for the Mystics, but let's check it out. Mystics 7-6, 8-5 against the spread. LA 5-7, 5-7 against the spread. Looks like covers has got a little bit stacked on the Sparks. Yes, this is why. So, the Olgamike sisters are still out for the LA Sparks. What are all of these? Yeah, these players don't matter. Bria Holmes, sorry. She's not a huge player for them, but she is questionable tonight. However, the Mystics have 5 questionable players tonight. So we are going to have to wait a while to pull out this one. The biggest name in those questionable names is Elena Delle She's one of the best WNBA players. She has not played a game this season. She's played 1 game this season in which she got injured in the first 30 seconds. She has a possibility of coming back tonight, which is a big deal for the Mystics. They need her. She's 6'5". She's a beast. Been in the WNBA for a long time. She's been, I think this is her 8th year. In case you were wondering how good she is, I'm trying to find her. You're really just not going to tell me mine? Okay, cool. Games played, minutes played, assists per game. Not going to give me her points per game? Okay, cool. Never mind. Anyways, very good player. If she's playing tonight, giving the Mystics, I'm sure their line will jump if she does end up playing. And with that, there's other 5 questionable people, and 3 of them are starters. So we're going to have to wait on this one. If you want to get in early, if you want to take a little risk, take Mystics -4 now, because if Delle is in and some of these other players are in, that line will go to -8 real quick. Very, very quick. But as of right now, I don't think I have a play for that besides a lean on the Mystics. Let me check team total overs. Give me the Mystics Sparks over. That's set at 156.5 right now. I think that should get blown out of the water. Sparks are not that bad. Sparks are very good defensively. struggle offensively, but always have these games where they come out of nowhere, and the Mystics are pretty sound on offense. The Sparks, I think, are like 3-9 under over this season, but the Washington Mystics are 9-4 on the over this season. So that line is set way, way, way too low, I believe. I'd be taking the over on that one. Have they played each other this season? They have played each other once this season. Washington won by 18, and the total points scored came out to 160, and that line is set at 156.5. So like the over, actually kind of like the over in all three games tonight. Maybe the Sky Liberty, that's a questionable one. I don't know if I really like that one, but I would expect it to get hit. It needs 85 points from each team. It's basically just the fact if Liberty shit the bed or not, because Sky will probably put up 90. That's it. That's all the WNBA. That's all the sports for today. That's all the bets for today.
Whew.
12:01. Damn, that was good timing.
That was quick. That was quick, dude. That was good.
That was good. Proud of myself. So that's it for bets. But we have to debut. You know what we need to do now.
As you know, we are the authority on.
We are the authority when it comes to all things kind of sports related that aren't really sports related. We do all of it. We do the WNBA power rankings better than ESPN. And now we are going to see how Madden 22 is going to look this season. Because we bought Madden 21, and boy, was it dog shit.
I will say off the bat.
Dog shit.
Off the bat, I'm seeing 2,000 dislikes to 1,000 likes. So.
All right. So the Madden community has spoken so far.
I'll probably leave it muted so we don't get beep booped. Here we go. You ready?
That makes sense. I'm ready. The official fellas take on the video.
Oh, wait. Here. I'll play my own music in the background. Because I feel like it needs music. We'll go with that. We'll do the A-OK. Well, whatever's going to be going on is going on. All right.
This just got released, right?
Yeah. There's Tampa Tom. He became Pat Mahomes. Oh, he's throwing. That's roughing the passer. Oh, okay. Looks like there's gonna be social media integration.
Oh, good. Can't wait.
Trevor Lawrence's hair physics confirmed. Stephon Diggs. Derrick Henry is running around. So is Dalvin Cook. Wow. Oh, there's the pick. There's the pick.
This is a terrible.
Was that Jack Harlow? What? Why is this? And this is not, bro. This is boring. Hey, you know what?
This is awful. No wonder why I got 2,000 dislikes. Is this the same video again? Did they show the same clip twice?
It seems like they did, and then here's the
Mahomes clip,
yeah,
flooding getting out of the pocket.
Later. But yeah, I think that the Mahomes clip, that didn't look like the Beatty clip they redid. And then, all right, that was pretty bad.
So my take from this, they showed no new features besides a field goal, something with a field goal.
They didn't show anything. They didn't even show any old.
They didn't show any controller buttons, nothing. They didn't show how the gameplay is going to be. They just showed clips that were clearly not taken from the actual gameplay.
It didn't even look that impressive. Like for being
look impressive
this is the
at
first
all.
one that's like on next gen, right?
Where's like the
or at least
one-handed
releasing on
catches
it.
and
Not
Yeah.
even that. Like that, just it didn't look good. It didn't look any better than like any old one. If it's gonna be on like the PS5 and all that, like it's got to. I feel like it should look better. I don't know.
I'll end up getting the game just because I want to see how bad it is compared to the last game. Because Madden 21 was probably the worst game since. That's got to be the worst Madden they put out in a while.
Yeah, it might be just. Oh wow, hey. Um. Okay, the regular one for the PS4 is only $60, but if you want the MVP edition, that's $100, and if you want the Super
that get you, like-
Dynasty edition, that's $120.
Does anyone actually buy those? I suppose it's just for like Ultimate Team, isn't it?
Yeah, Ultimate Team, I guess. I don't know.
Poor souls. So fellas' take on Madden 22 is it's going to be terrible.
Lame. I'll probably buy it.
Lame, probably buy it just to see how lame it actually is.
Ugh.
Damn it, Madden, make a good freaking game again.
Can you even
Back
get
in
it
like
for the PS5?
Madden 15, Madden
What?
17 days. Oh,
Oh, and it's
Madden
$70.
12.
It's $70 for the PS5.
what, $60? We're no longer doing $60 games. Been doing that for a
Nope,
decade now.
we're not.
$60 games aren't good enough. We're doing 70 now. Cool. Sick. I hate you, Madden. I hate you.
What is this? Madden 21 disc for $100? Is this like
Made of
Oh,
gold.
I
It better be
guess-
worth its weight in gold if it's
What the
$100. Because the
Not
disc
even
is
the
you're gonna have
22,
to
the 21.
you're gonna have to pay me to take that disc off your hands.
Oh. This seems like an eBay way to sell Ultimate Team players or something.
Oh, that's interesting. Might have to look into that. All right, it's 12:08. We need to get
Yeah.
out of here.
We can
It's,
call it there.
it's done. Another great Thursday, as always. Thursday's always popping. Bruce, I know you're probably not around anymore, but it's good to see you in the chat. Jason, good to see you as always. Sean, thank you for the sub. OG fella himself. Anyone else who's been tailing around, I'm sure Yummy Foe has been in here. Sid's been in here. I'm sure they've all been around today. We appreciate all of you. Thank you for tuning in. As always, heyfellas.co. Heyfellas.co.
Heyfellas.co.
Get yourself a daily WNBA package for tonight. Just $5. You get all the WNBA picks. Looks like there's going to be 2 or 3 tonight. So get your ass in there. We are, I think, hitting 59% on the season in WNBA. It's been a rough couple days. We had one rough day followed by another 2 days in a row. We only sent out 1 pick and they both missed. It's been a little bit rough for WNBA tonight. But it's going to turn around.
We got him.
We'll get back on a hot streak like we always do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get him.
That's it for today. Get out of here. Go do something productive with your day. We're going to make some money.
Just get.
Thank you. Get out.
Have a great Thursday,
Bye, fellas.
everybody. Bye, fellas. See you tomorrow. Okay, now I'll switch it now. Haha.